Hello everyone, welcome back to the Lord of the Rings Online, the SLOTRO edition. Excuse me. This is Gnarlrynae here. Say hello to everyone, Gnarlrynae. Good girl. When last we left off, we were here at Dualon. We had been sent to do the level 30 Lore Master class quest, which is a Lore Master's Will. We had talked to Isfaron here. He gave us that solving Baronin's first riddle. Let's take a look at it. Lore Master seeks to solve all the mysteries of the world, but whether he chooses to share the solutions with others is often a defining characteristic. Gave you the first of Baronin's riddles. Hopes you can discover the solutions to Baronin's riddle and collect the first of 3 keys from the location that is described. All right. The Refuge of Dissaron. What puzzle could evade his standing? Told the Isfaron's puzzle he cannot solve. This may not go well because I hate riddles. I absolutely hate riddles. But we are looking for the first 3 keys. I've been here a little while because I could not find this. As you see, you don't talk. You talk to him. I gave you the riddle, and you know the location of the keys. The legacy Baronin left me, I'm certain. So it's like, okay, he doesn't tell you the riddle. He just keeps telling you, and you saw the history they don't give you. If you put it on, it's a thing where I have to go, since this was an actual turbine quest. Turbine, what the hell were you thinking? You actually have to pull it on your quest tracker before this little thing pops up, which is Baronin's first riddle. I don't think it shows up in your inventory, does it? All right, it does. It does. It does show up. That's strange that you actually have a riddle, a quest object that shows how old this is. A quest object that shows up in your map to the party tree, map to Bywater. Yeah, we got the Farmer's Fair and the Summerfest going on. I haven't been able to do either one of those yet either. Ugh. Aggravating. All right, so that's where it is. I've gotten so used to all your quest items not being in your inventory, I didn't even think about the checking the actual inventory, but when I added it here, this popped up. It says, she runs through the blue, the shadow of passage falls over her. On one hand, a silent guardian. I have been thinking about this. I thought about it for a while after we first got it. I haven't been sitting and pondering it for the last 2 weeks or however long it's been. But I did think about it whenever I first got it, and I'm thinking that must be a river running through the blue. The blue must be a river. And our nearest river is right here. I'm kind of assuming here that, you know, and what they say about assumptions, but I'm kind of assuming that the quest should be pretty close by. Otherwise, they would. If they weren't close by, otherwise, I don't know. That may be a pitiful assumption as well, but I'm going by the assumption that since we're here in the Blue Mountains and Derry Lewin and Isfaron is right up there, that the riddles here should be fairly close by. Now, is there a way down to the river without... Whoa! That wouldn't be good. Is there a way to get down to the river? Yeah, right over there. There's a path right over there, isn't there? Alright, let's see if we can get down that, or if that's just a false path over there. Okay, hope everyone's been having a good time. It's been a few days since our last one with Nomadan. He's working his way through the Barrow Downs, which Gnarlrynae here has thankfully completed and are far in her past. Let's see, there should not be, we're level 30 now. There should not be a darn thing. Unless they've stuck, you know, some of those nemesis creatures. Can we get down? It's not really a passage down, is it? Crunch. Yep. Alrighty. Wasn't really a passage down. It was only a partial one, but we're down at the river where we wanted to be anyway. Oh, we could have come down the other side. No, we couldn't come down that. We could have come down it over there. That might have been it. All right, let's look at the river. So looking at the river, it says, on one hand, a silent guardian. So are they talking about this? Don't know. Let's keep looking. That's what I'm wondering. Is that the silent guardian, the city? It's not very silent with all those, dour hands in there. But we'll keep looking. I saw the pop-up when I was logging in. There was the login. In the login launcher, there was the message saying that apparently yesterday they were having a horrible time. Let's zoom out so if we see something in these rushes, we'll actually see it. Saying that yesterday the folks were having a horrible time logging in. I told y'all my troubles where I was. I've never been over here trying to get through all these rushes over here before. I told y'all my problems that I had that day where I was trying to log in and it was taking like 15. From the time I put my password in, it took nearly 20 minutes to get into the game. Because everything was just taking forever. Apparently folks were having that problem, but even more so yesterday. One part, I guess, about working and not getting to log in is I don't get the daily problems. Yeah, I think when we came here with Gnarlo, all these reeds and all weren't there. Because I remember we did come here with Gnarlo. Don't think there were any reeds or anything. Still not seeing anything that might be... And I'm hoping that it'll throw a ring on the map. Hoping that will do it. We might have to cut the quest tracker on. As I've said, we're gonna check all the banks of the river. I'm gonna ride and or swim all the way up and down the river and see if it's on that, because that's the only thing that I can think of that runs through the blue. Actually runs even more, so it makes me think so, because runs through the blue. I mean, these are the Blue Mountains. Correct, Gnarlrynae, yeah, the Blue Mountains. So that's making me think even more so that is at least maybe on the right track. I hope, but we'll see. If we need to, we will turn on the quest tracker for this one, because once again, I suck at riddles. If I'd been Bilbo, and I'd been deep in the basement of Goblin Town and come across Gollum, I'm afraid the ring would never have been destroyed, because I would have had to stab him. And that would have been the end of it. I wouldn't have been able to solve Gollum's riddle. Gollum would have come to eat me, and I'm afraid I would have had to put a knife in between his blades. Knife in between his ribs. Loon River Goat. I don't remember that whatsoever. Not at all. Alright, let's continue on this way. Then maybe that little city that I can't remember the name of. Coldul. Maybe that is the Silent Guardian. Stand by it. Don't know. But yeah. So I didn't have to put up with the horrible login problems and all, except for that one day. And I actually didn't have any troubles today. Kind of worried about that, whether I'd have another 20-minute log out or log in, but no, we didn't have any problems today with logging in. So maybe they fixed their problem. Definitely fixed it on my end. Coldul, that's it. Calidual. One side stands a silent guardian. Keep wanting to say stone guardian. Let's get the quest correct. One side stands a silent guardian. And that's what the captain is. Captain of the boat. Remember, that's the one where, was it Amdir? Was that the name of the elf who got captured? God, that's been a long while back. The elf got stolen or kidnapped by the Dour Hands to try and start a war between the elves and the dwarves. Amdir? I think that's his name. But anyway, that's the boat that he was being held prisoner on. You have to go on there and kill the captain. Good old Calidual. Alright, let's see if my wife is texting me. I'm sure it's something. Nope. Police report of this road X is closed because of a vehicle fire. Alrighty. We won't worry about that then. I don't know why I'm bearing it such a wide berth. Level 30, I shouldn't have anything to worry about with the Dour Hands here either. Said unless they have put something weird in there somewhere. Okay. Still not seeing anything. It's been 11 minutes. I am going to continue riding along the path here. Or the banks, rather. Either riding or swimming along the shore. Looks like it's starting to purple up. Is morning coming? Is it late watches? Yep. So we should see foredawn soon. I'm going to continue traveling along the riverbank on the offhand chance that I actually maybe guessed part of this riddle correctly. Looking for a ring. And I will see y'all if and when I don't find it. I do or don't find it. So I'll be back with y'all in just a second here. I am wondering if we found something here. Alright. We have got a statue. We just passed under the bridge, so you see where we are here. We've got a statue. There is a small clasp box. Yep, Lore Master's Wheel. The small box is not locked, and it is a wonder it has remained undisturbed as long as it has. So let's look at the quest. She runs through the blue. So yeah, now that I'm reading that, the more I think they mean the Blue Mountains and not the Blue River. So she runs through the blue, she does. Shadow of Passage falls over her. Okay, bridge, shadow of passage. On one hand, a silent guardian. Which I'll be assuming is that. Alright, see, I told you I'm no good at riddles. I didn't think anything about shadow of passage. I got the runs through the blue totally wrong. I thought runs through the blue means a river, but not that it's a river running through the Blue Mountains, but that runs through the blue. I'm thinking the river running and the blue water, you know. So yeah, getting this level 30 quest done might be a little difficult. Let's see what we have here. Collected Baronin's first key. Bring Baronin's first key back to Isfaron. Alright, I will. As soon as we figure out how the heck to get out of here. Up this way, perhaps? There, once again, looks like a path, and this one looks like it might actually be a little bit more of a path than the one we fell down was. Bunch of strawberries. Okay, so back to Isfaron, and then we can get his second quest and give it a go. So has anyone done any of the festival stuff? I'm wanting to. Maybe I'll get some of it done tonight. You know, as I've said before, the fishing and all is my favorite. It's the 2nd of September already. I mean, a week or two has actually gone by without me being able to get on and do any of it just because I'm so darn busy. Oh, we have got, with, as I said, COVID, we've been having a lot of COVID cases and having to take care of that and been working a lot of extra shifts, and in addition to it now, on my floor, there's 4 of us that can be charged. 4 of us that can be charge nurses. And one of the night charge nurses is at home because she is tested positive for COVID, and she is sick as a dog. She's got all sorts of other health problems with it, including CLL, which is chronic lymphosemic leukemia. And yeah, we are terribly worried about her. She feels horrible. She's really sick. She's not sick enough to actually be admitted yet. She's not running the deadly temps, and she's still able to breathe okay. She says she just feels just the slightest bit of like pressure in her chest. But yeah, she's got that, and that is not a good thing. That's CLL is a really, really rough thing to have when you're talking about normal infections and stuff going on. You add COVID, you know, the type of stuff you get with COVID and in the opportunistic stuff.
Greetings to you.
And yeah, we're real worried about her right now. But that also means that with her off the schedule for the next 3 weeks, because with the CLL, they want her out for at least 3 weeks, not just the normal 2 weeks, and hope that you're no longer contagious. Yeah, there's going to be a lot more overtime, a lot more shifts to fill. I've already been asked to pick up. I've already picked up one next week. So yeah, it's less time to game than ever. Let's see what we have here. You found the first key, Gnarlrynae. I am impressed, for I was certainly thinking about it the wrong way. She runs through the blue, seemed to me to indicate a cloud in the sky, and from there I was already on the wrong path. Yeah, tell me about this wrong path business. You know, I can sympathize with you, buddy. I was on the wrong path with the river. I just happened to guess river correctly, but I did not follow the clue correctly to get there. But these are the Blue Mountains, if you remember one of their names, and from there it is not so difficult. Baranin always saw things more simply than I did. I remember he would often chide me for overcomplicating things. This riddle of his seems a lesson now that I think on it. All right, let's try and remember. Simplify, and don't overly complicate the riddle. I wonder what is inside the boxes he left in my care when he sailed west. 2 riddles remain, Gnarlrynae. Solve this one, and we'll be closer to discovering Baranin's legacy to me. Ah, okay, so he gave you this one. What do we got? Fierce goblins are remembered, but better still a mighty swing. No man he. Alright, fierce goblins. So, somewhere with goblins. Fierce goblins are remembered. I was gonna say, like I said, let's try and figure this out as a riddle. I was thinking just now that we were thinking over here at the Rath Tereg, you know, because you got all these goblins and all over here. That you had to go over here to Gondamon, and come down this way. But it says are remembered. That makes me think that they're not there anymore, but they're definitely. And a mighty place with goblin. Oh, a mighty swing, no man. I think I've actually figured this one out. Remember when someone knocked off a goblin's head and invented the game of golf, and he wasn't a man? Let's head to the Shire, and more specifically, let's go to... What am I thinking? The Greenfields. Remember the Battle of the Greenfields where they fought goblins and Golfinbull knocked the goblin's head off and invented golf? Yeah, let's give that a try. I'm going to ride up here. I'm going to get a stable ride. to the Shire. We may have to get one. I think we may have to. Well, actually, from here, we may have to get one down to Kellendim and then ride to Michael Delving and then ride to Brockenborings. But we'll see. Let's take a look whenever we hit the Stable Master here. I'm hoping that's it. I'm hoping that's it.
Hail, friend, and well met.
The Shire, alright. That's going to lead us to Needlehole, though. And we could ride there on our own. Alright. Kellendim. I'm going to ride to Kellendim, yep. Take the ride to Michael Delving, and then I think from Michael Delving you can get to Brockenborings, or we may have to go to Hobbiton and Brockenborings. But either way, we will get there, and then we will find out if I have figured this one out correctly. I will be just as amazed as you are. Alright, see you in just a moment. Okay, folks, I was correct in that, yeah, you have to take the ride to Kellendim, to Michael Delving, to Hobbiton, and now to Brockenboring. So that's where we are. While I was out, I did tab out to take a look at the calendar. And the Summerfest goes for another 13 days. The Summerfest / Farmers Fest, Farmers Fair, will go for another 13 days. It will be on until September 15th. And I would not be surprised if they were to extend it a bit. Would not be surprised if they didn't extend it another week because of all the trouble people have been having with the servers and logging in and being able to stay logged in and play and all the other. All right, there we go. A mighty swing. There is Golfimble. I mean, Bull Rower took, about to knock Golfimble's head out across there and down a rabbit hole. Small clasp box. All right. Take a look at that one. You have collected the second key. All right, let's bring that back to Isfaron now. That we shall do. Where am I actually bound at? I'm bound at where? The Prancing Estelden, the North Downs. Ugh. All right, I'm going to travel back to Dualon now, and we'll see y'all when we get back to Isfaron and hand him the second key. Okay, we got one by sheer luck.
I can do for you.
And one by sheer luck, and one by, I won't say figuring out the quest. I won't say figuring out the riddle. I'll say just by sheer luck there, too, that the riddle was one I could figure out. I'll see y'all again in just a moment.
What do you need?
I need a ride to Dualon. There we go. So we're headed back to talk to Isfaron. I was just sitting here on the ride over while I was sitting here staring at the screen and watching the discussion of crafting and trade skills and prices down there. This is Turbine definitely expected you to know a good deal about either the Lord of the Rings or the Hobbit. They definitely expected you to have read the book, and they expected you to know a good deal about the world here as well. Because you've got that, and it said, you had to know about the Battle of Greenfields, and you had to know about Bull Roarer and Golfimble. You had to know that to solve that quest. That's not anything that's been explained here in the game that well, do you do that? Do you have to go up there if you're following this? You don't. If you're a hobbit, you go through a part of the epic quest that leads you to the green fields and all, because you find the tooth, and you remember to find the tooth, and then you go down into the cave with the spider, all that kind of stuff. But do you do that with every character? I don't think you do, because we haven't done it with Nomadan. Definitely didn't do it with Nomadan. We did it with Gnarlo, but not Nomadan. So if you haven't rolled up a Hobbit character and actually done the epic line and done that, you wouldn't know that if you haven't read the books and then remembered the books. And two, if you haven't been to that part of the world, you wouldn't really know that statue of Gothambull, why do I keep calling it statue of Gothambull? The statue of Bullroarer, Bandabras was there. I had to think about that, look into that, see whether you ever actually, do you always go to that particular part? I don't think you do. I think that's just the forward for the Hobbit. So, and two, it also got rid of my theory that everything was going to be around in this area. No, we've already traveled to the Shire, so it can be anywhere in Middle Earth or Old Middle Earth. Let's see what he's got here. You continue to amaze me, Gnarlrynae. You are a more learned lore master than I, that much is clear. On the movements of fire, perhaps, I could teach you something, but for the dissolving of riddles, you are far better than I. Baranin was the same. He would often pose confusing entertainments for me to try and decipher, and I only managed to reveal the solutions on rare occasions. You are my soul brother. You and I are going to go out for a beer after this. He was always on hand to provide hints when I strayed too far from the heart of the matter, and his laughter at my confusion was always warm. There was no mockery in it. I had forgotten the sound of his laughter until now. One riddle remains, Gnarlrynae. Baranin would be impressed with your entangling of the first two. I am sure of it. Right, there we go, and the third one has popped up. The man left his horse so he could walk half a day towards the sun and half a day away from the sun. When he arrived, they couldn't close the window. Oh my freaking God. The man left his horse. Is that Hingstacer Farm? So he could walk half a day toward the sun and half a day away from the sun. That sounds like, when he arrived, they couldn't close the window. Oh my God, I haven't got the slightest idea what the hell that is. Not the slightest. All right, we're gonna close that. It's been a good 20 minutes. We are going to leave it there, and we are gonna have to ponder that one. I have no freaking idea. They couldn't close the window. He arrived, they couldn't close the window. That's one I will have to think about. Left his horse, walk half a day toward the sun and half a day away from the sun. I got no idea. I'm going to have to ponder that one. In the meantime, yes, Gnarlrynae, we're going to be doing a lot of thinking. Once again, busy, so I'm going to try and get some up. Next one up will be a Gnarlo, hopefully in the next day or three. And we will continue on from there. So we will see y'all then. Thank y'all for coming along. Hope you've been moderately entertained. And we'll see you then. Bye-bye.